Welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Wednesday, March 16th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey. And Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to just take a break and to breathe and to center yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name. As we've been moving through the Gospel of Mark for our guided meditation time, I've been inviting you to take on the role of different people. Today I'm going to do a little teaching about our reading from Luke 8:4 through 18, and then invite you to come into the story. So if you haven't already done so, I invite you to go to a quiet place in your house and close the door. Our story today is Jesus tells actually two stories, two parables. The first of those is called the parable of the sower, or the parable of the seeds. And it's really more of an allegory because each of the different kinds of seed represents different kinds of people, and the sower represents God in this case. So there's one kind where the word is perhaps the seed. In the one kind of seed is a seed that falls on a path and is quickly eaten. And those are people who hear the word but do nothing with it. Another seed falls among rocky soil, and those are people who take the word in, but when the sun comes out and they shrivel up, then it doesn't last. And those are the folks who take the word in quickly, get excited, but then are soon gone. Another seed falls among thorns, and the thorns grow up with the plants, and they're the ones who get distracted by all the cares and the busyness of the world. And the last of those are those that fall among good seeds, and they multiply hundredfold, way more than you would expect. And then after that, Jesus offers the interpretation I just offered you. And then he says, you don't take a lamp, and hide it under your bed or under the bushel basket. You put it out so that it can do its job. And Jesus is teaching them through all of this that as disciples, as followers of Jesus, they are to take the word in, and they are to live a life that demonstrates their faith and their trust. So with that interpretation in mind, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. As you breathe in the breath of life. And as you breathe out all that does not give you life. As you breathe in God's peace. And as you breathe out all of your worries, your fears, your anxieties, anything that doesn't give you peace, maybe the cares of this life, to quote that passage for today. And keep breathing deeply. And imagine yourself on a blanket on a warm, sunny day. And as the sun falls on different parts of you, you experience the love and grace and forgiveness and presence of God. So we're going to start with your feet. You feel the warmth of that sun falling on your feet, and it warms them up. And you experience God's love and grace. It is renewing to your feet. And then you notice it on your legs, on your calves, on your thighs, on your knees, on your hips. The warmth penetrates deep into your muscles and even your bones. And in feeling that, you feel God's presence with you. You feel God's peace with you. And as you're there on that blanket, you feel it. You become aware of it on your stomach. And the warmth feels great. Like a puppy getting a belly rub. All calm and peaceful. And you feel it on your chest. And as it penetrates into your chest, you feel it in your lungs. The Spirit of God filling your lungs. And your breathing staying deep and rested and relaxed. And you're aware of it penetrating into your heart. God's love and grace and peace falling on your heart. And in so doing, on all those that you love. Your heart rate is calm and peaceful. You also feel that warmth and love on your back. And the muscles in your back relax. The pains in your back are eased for a bit. All that causes you to feel hunched over is lifted off your back. And then you feel it on your shoulders, and they relax. And you feel it on your arms, your upper arms and your lower arms, and your hands. Turn your hands palm side up and let them open up. And it renews and refreshes those muscles. You let go of things that you've been grasping and tightly holding on to. You become aware of the warmth falling on your neck. And it penetrates into the muscles of your neck and allows them to unwind and the tensions to go away. And then you're aware of it on your head and on your face. It feels wonderful on your face. It causes the muscles in your face to relax. Somehow the warmth of God's presence and love and peace penetrates into your brain, into your mind, into all that you are, so that you feel wrapped in God's love and care. Now in your mind's eye, go back to the days of Jesus. He's standing in the middle of a crowd. Around him in a circle are the 12 apostles. And and then other followers, and you're in that group, and then others. He's teaching, and you can hear everything that he's saying. And up the hill from him is a field with a farmer. And as Jesus teaches, the things he says get played out up on that hill. Jesus said that there was a farmer who sowed seed. Some of that seed fell on the path and on the hard ground. And the birds came and picked it up. Some of that seed fell among rocky soil. And almost as if in a fast forward, you can see it start to grow. And then when the sun comes out and gets hot, it shrivels up. And eventually it dies. Some of it falls among thorns that surprisingly come up with the good seed. And the two of them grow together because you can't pull one out without pulling the other. And eventually the thorns overtake the good seed. And it gets choked out. Some falls in good soil. And when it comes time to harvest, the harvest is 100-fold of what was expected. Jesus finishes telling the story by saying, "Let everyone with ears hear." Then there's a quiet conversation between Jesus and his apostles when he explains the parable. He explains it the way I explained it earlier. And he tells them he teaches so that people will hear and not listen, will learn and not understand. And then suddenly he says you don't take a light and hide it under a bucket or put it under a bed. Put it on a lampstand so that it can do its job. Listen and learn and do. What do you hear in those parables? Which seed describes who you are right now? Which seed would you like to be? What changes would you like to make? You have an opportunity now to talk with Jesus about all of that. I'll be quiet while the two of you talk. And then the time comes for the conversation to end. If it's not enough time, just press pause. And you say goodbye or end the conversation in whatever way is appropriate. And you allow that image to fade away. And you bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you're ready, open your eyes. That's Take a Break, Take a Breath for Wednesday, March 16th. Our reading for today was Luke 8, 4 to 18, I'm 4 to 18. I encourage you to read it a couple more times and imagine it again. If you want someone to talk or pray with, or you want to offer feedback, send an email to rick@prospectchurch.org.